Welcome to our assembly on Friday the 15th of May 2020. It had been our intention as a family to go on the Harry Potter studio tour as a treat this summer. Sadly, that might not be possible any longer. But to ensure we get our fix of Harry Potter and all things magical, we decided to watch the films and build the Lego version of part of Hogwarts Castle while discussing aspects of the movies. Is it possible to hold Quidditch competitions with a 2-metre social distance rule around Rishworth, I wonder? Accompanying the Lego was an instruction manual, and it was huge, even bigger than the booklet that accompanied the television, and twice the size of the one that sits in the glove compartment of the car. But why so many instructions? We thought it might be fun to build the castle without the booklet. We'd seen the movie after all, we'd read the books. It couldn't be that difficult, could it? Well, as it happens, we disagreed on the number of windows in the Great Hall, whether the Gryffindor dormitories were hexagonal or octagonal, and don't even mention the moving staircases. Last Sunday we tuned into a very different television broadcast. The Prime Minister delivered a much publicised address to the nation about Phase 2 in the response to the pandemic and the roadmap for easing lockdown. We listened, but came away rather confused. There were different instructions for different people, and various conditions still to be met before decisions could be made. We don't know when life will return to anything resembling the normal that we once enjoyed. Instructions come in all forms. Sometimes they're very detailed, sometimes they're incredibly vague. There are times when instructions have to be very clear. For example, to learn to drive, you need a driving instructor who calmly explains the rules of the road. And if you're constructing a simple flat-packed piece of IKEA furniture, you really do need that manual. In fact, for anything that you've ever not done before, you probably need some clear instructions. We can also think of life as coming with a set of instructions. Next Thursday marks the Christian festival of the Ascension. 40 days after Easter Sunday, it's the day Jesus entered heaven. But before he left this earth, he gave his disciples some instructions. He told them to teach everyone about the good news. St. Matthew puts it like this: "Therefore go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, and teaching them to obey everything I have commanded you. And surely I am with you always, to the very end of the age." His message was very clear and simple. It didn't need to be more complicated, because it was built upon his teaching and instructions delivered over the previous 3 years, as he travelled, dined, taught, prayed and celebrated with those disciples. But what is perhaps most important about the words he spoke is that Jesus tells his disciples that he will always be with them. So even though he was physically stepping aside, he promised that he would never leave them, like a football coach standing on the sidelines, or the driving instructor sitting beside you in the car, or a family or school separated by lockdown. Our lives are currently disconnected. We can't just meet up with friends. We can't easily raise our hand for a teacher to come and sit beside us and explain a new concept. We can't visit Harry Potter World and allow the wand to find our inner wizard. But in whatever form instructions come, we should not hesitate to reach out for more help, and the school community is here for all.